Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the top 10 best casserole dishes that are available on the market for their true quality. I made this list based on my personal opinion and hours of research. I have listed them based on popularity, quality, price, durability, user opinions, and more. If you want to see more information and the updated price, you can check out the description below. Also, make sure to subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 10, we have the Pyrex Easy Grab 3-quart glass baking dish. If you're looking for an inexpensive open baker, you can't go wrong with the Pyrex Easy Grab 3-quart glass baking dish. It holds less than the Great Jones, but at exactly 13 by 9. By 2 inches, it's a great choice for baked goods like brownies or lemon squares. The Pyrex is also plenty big enough for standard cobbler, lasagna, and most other recipes too. This dish is made of tempered soda lime glass and, like all glass, is subject to breakage and some reports of shattering in the oven. It's not resistant to thermal shock. That's why the manufacturer's instructions should be followed carefully. While using Pyrex, always preheat the oven and don't use it under the broiler. If you freeze a lasagna, make sure to defrost it before baking. You can wrap your hands around the handles for an exceptionally good grasp even when you're using bulky pot holders. The dish comes with a plastic storage lid that's handy for keeping a casserole tightly covered in the fridge or freezer or transporting to a potluck. Moving on, at number 9, we have the Le Creuset Heritage Rectangular Dish. We loved the Le Creuset Traditional Heritage Rectangular Dish's styling and versatility enough that it became one of our top picks during testing. This 4-quart dish is deep enough to accommodate close to 5 quarts of food. The traditional Heritage Rectangular Dish is broiler safe, so you can get a melty layer of cheese on top of an eggplant Parmesan recipe without fear of damaging it. That it's available in 11 different shades, including several neutrals tones, red, lots of blues, and the brand's signature flame, is the icing on the cake. However, it's not perfect. During testing, we found that its large, textured handles are angled in such a way that it makes it possible to hold the traditional Heritage Rectangular Dish relatively securely. Unfortunately, the handles are too small to all loop your fingers through them for added support. At number 8, we have the Le Creuset Stoneware Rectangle Baking Dish. Like the original Le Creuset Heritage Dish, the Stoneware Rectangle Baking Dish has classic styling, but unlike its predecessor, has long open handles that fingers can be looped through for an exceptionally good grip. While the Heritage holds over 5 quarts, this one only has a 4-quart capacity. It easily held our lasagna recipe with 3 layers of noodles, but if you like to load in more, you might want to consider the other version. This dish is safe in the oven up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which should be more than high enough to melt cheese or brown crumbs on a noodle casserole. When it comes to color, there's a choice of white, gray, or red. At number 7, we have the Staub 9.5-inch Rectangular Oven Dish. Staub Rectangular Oven Dish is the only dish we tested that can be run under the broiler on a high setting, making it a great choice if you love to get the top of your mac and cheese extra brown and crunchy, or caramelize sugar on top of an overnight French toast casserole. While you can't fit your fingers into the holes in the handles, you can still get a very firm grip. The volume of this dish is 4.5 quarts, more than enough for a holiday-sized sweet potato casserole. To satisfy different tastes and color schemes, the Staub comes in red, turquoise, black, ivory, and white. At number 6, we have the Mrs. Anderson's Baking Lasagna Pan. Mrs. Anderson's Baking Lasagna Pan is smaller in dimensions and capacity than the other ceramic dishes we tested. While it easily accommodated our lasagna recipe with 3 layers of noodles, you won't be able to pack in any extra layers. Because of its smaller size, it's lighter in weight, which, combined with very easy-to-grasp handles, makes this dish exceptionally easy to maneuver in and out of the oven. This dish can take temperatures up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, So if the blueberries in your cobbler are bubbling before the top is well browned, you can run the dish under the broiler to finish it off. Under the Mrs. Anderson's name, it only comes with a red exterior with a white interior, but it is also sold as the HIC Kitchen Lasagna Pan, available at Amazon, which is white inside and out. At number 5, we have the OXO Good Grips Glass Baking Dish. If you're looking for a baking dish that you can also use for shortbread and pecan bars, consider the OXO Glass Baking Dish with lid. It measures 13 by 9 by 2 1/4 inches. The OXO has plenty of room for a peach cobbler and lasagna, but isn't deep enough for stuffed peppers or a Tex-Mex casserole with a cornbread topping. This dish is made of borosilicate glass, which is less likely to shatter than tempered soda lime glass. However, there are still occasional reports of it breaking in the oven. Be sure to follow OXO's recommendations, which include preheating your oven and not using it above 450 degrees Fahrenheit, or placing it in the oven directly from the freezer. The glass handles are ample enough to give a good grip, even with a bulky pot holder. There's also has a plastic storage lid to use for storing made-ahead or leftover casseroles, or carrying baked goods to a party. At number 4, we have the Rachael Ray Copenhagen Cozy Baker. Rachael Ray Copenhagen Cozy is attractive, practical, and reasonably priced. At 9 by 13 inches, it's big enough to hold more than 5 quarts, which is perfect for a deep dish chicken pot pie or a moussaka with a thick layer of creamy sauce on top. Even while wearing oven mitts, you can wrap your hands around the handles, so when it's fully loaded, you get a good grasp. If you want to melt extra cheese on your enchiladas at the end of cooking, you can run the Rachael Ray under the broiler on the lowest setting. We only have a few quibbles with this casserole. From end to end, it's longer than most baking dishes, so will take up more space in a cabinet. And it's only available in a trendy shade of gray called sea salt. At number 3, we have the Rubbermaid DuraLite Glass Bakeware. Made of white glass, the Rubbermaid DuraLite Bakeware is a practical choice. It's very affordable, can be used in the oven up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit, and comes with a plastic storage lid. With its 2.5 quart capacity, it's one of the smaller casseroles we tested. As it's also only 2.5 pounds, it's not unwieldy. It's designed without handles to make it easy to stack in a cabinet. But that means you must grasp the sides of the dish with a pot holder while removing it from the oven. At number 2, we have the Emile Henry Modern Classics Rectangular Baker. If you want to use up a whole box of lasagna in one batch, the Emile Henry Modern Classics Rectangular Baker is your best bet. With a capacity of 20 cups, it's among the deepest that we tested. However, because the handles are small and angled upwards, they're hard to grasp securely. And when it's fully loaded, the Emile is heavy, so you need to be very careful when you're transferring it to and from the oven. This is a very good-looking pan and comes in bright primary colors as well as all white. As it can safely go under the broiler on the low setting, it can be used with slow cooker recipes to help brown and crisp the meltingly tender chicken or meat. And finally, at number 1, we have the Great Jones Hot Dish. You can't beat the Great Jones Hot Dish for contemporary style. However, it's also exceptionally convenient to use. It can hold almost 5 quarts, so it can be loaded up with enough scalloped potatoes for a dinner party. As you can loop your hands around the handles when you're wearing oven mitts, you get a very secure grasp even when it's filled to capacity. The hot dish can be used in the oven to a temperature of 450 degrees Fahrenheit and is dishwasher safe. The design comes in shades dubbed marinara, broccoli, blueberry, and mustard. You won't find this dish in a big retail store or on Amazon though. It's only sold on the Great Jones website. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions related to this product, you can leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible.